We're going to do a quick element spread for every single sign for the month of June to kind of get the energy and see how things are going on for you this upcoming month. And the way it works is each position in the cross gets the element, and each element consists of 3 signs. Okay. And the central card is the overall theme for everybody, right? And then the crossing card is what's blocking things for everybody as well. So up here at top is North, which is the earth. Here is air, which is the swords. Here is water, cups, and fire, wands, with each sign that's associated with it. Okay, so overall theme for everybody, right, for this upcoming month is the Nine of Cups. You're going to be emotionally fulfilled. Things are going to start off feeling pretty good, right? Your cups are over full, but they're not spilling. So you're in a good space and you have some room for growth to get to the 10 to start over. All right, that's the overall theme. And what could block you, though, as a 10 of swords is that you may let your mind get the best of you, and you can't do that because if you let your mind control your emotions, what happens? Things are going to fall apart. Okay, so keep that in mind and don't let things get too heavy because the 10 is an extremely heavy card and is swords. So it's really mentally messes with you. And you see here how you have the 2 blue bands kind of intertwined. So it's a little bit of emotion, which tie back into the 9 of Cups. Okay, and together you have a 19, which is a 10. It's a cycle. So you have to not let the mind get to you so you can get to the 10 of Cups to start back at the 1 for new things, right? So the month's going to start off good as long as you don't let your mind get the best of you, all right? And so now we're going to go ahead and move up to the earth sign, which is going to be Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. And you're all about strengths. What this is telling you is, and the way I read this is kind of like Lenormand a little bit because you pair the cards in Marseille. And so really, if you looked at it like a line, the center card is still the overall theme, even for the earth signs. All right. And it's saying that you have to use strength, not brute force to overcome things, but kind of go within a little bit. So you have to use your will. You have to use your inner strength to overcome the difficulties. And how do you do that sometimes? Well, sometimes you got to show a little bit of grace, a little bit of peace when you're in your own presence in front of other people. Don't let them get to you. Don't let them get into your head. If you want to obtain that nice, harmonious 9 of Cups is full, not spilling over, but very happy, right? Very calm. If you look here too, you have 3 sets of 3 in the 9. And with the strength, looking at it, saying like, I'm going to get what I want. I'm not going to let this lion overtake my emotions or not let the lion overtake my mind. I'm going to control it. I'll make good decisions so I can grow and expand with each step that I do. So I'll be able to communicate with people very well. How you do that? By not letting the lion control you, the mind. All right. So that's what the earth is all about for June coming up. And then we want to go to the mind card, which would be the Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Okay. And for you all, it's saying that this is really kind of interesting too. So you see how you have these 3 cards here. So this time around, the 10 of Swords is the theme. So you know you want to have attainment, but also it's telling you that your mind can overtake you, which makes sense for the mind cards, the mind signs, right? The Geminis, Libras, and Aquariuses. And rather than getting caught up in the argument with everybody else, use a Fool and just try something different. Walk away from it, you know. Don't get caught up in it. And if you can do that, then that 9 of Cups will come into play and you will have a little bit of harmony, peace, and balance in your life. It's not a 6, it's a 9, but a 9 is fulfillment. Okay. But you can't let the mind get the best of you. You can't let others get into your head. And whatever you do, don't argue. You see the 2 here? It's kind of like 2 people going back and forth all the time. Well, that's what the air signs do. Argumentative sometimes. But if you take the approach of the Fool and not let it get to you, what happens? You get emotional balance. You get emotional joy, emotional happiness, the 9 of Cups. Okay. Then we go to the fire cards, and the fire is all around Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And for you, it's the interesting. It's the Emperor. And so you see here how you have the Emperor turn his back on the 9 of Cups. Okay. And it's not like so basically the Emperor is in control. He uses his past experiences to control the emotions to get what he wants. He doesn't let other people or other people's communication get in his way. doesn't need to do that. He'll delegate what he needs to in order to move forward. He will not let other people stop him from what he wants. And what he wants is that emotional attainment that brings him happiness and joy, right? And with the fire signs, it's all about maintaining your control. Okay. So that's what I'm seeing for June. Now we're going to go to the water signs. And the water signs is going to be your Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. And for you all, it's interesting. So, Two of Cups. Okay. So what it's saying is that you're going to be dealing with relationships this month, and you're going to have to learn how to get along with other people so you can have that happiness. You can have that good luck, per se. You can have that growth that you want, that expansion, that communication is just beautiful. But you can't let arguments get in your way. 2 swords, 2 cups, 10's heavy, and the mind can get in the way. And with Scorpio, sometimes you can strike hard. And you got the 2 cups here, so it's a water sign. So you're seeing that you're in your element, but the mind there is a little bit overbearing at times. And you just cannot get caught up in any argument. Walk away and always strive for peace and harmony with whoever it is that you're around. All right. And what's interesting here too is you have again the 19, the 10 and the 9 is a 19 with a 2 is a 21. And 21 is a 3 energy, which is all about growth and expansion and communication. So really just be careful how you talk to people, because if you don't, it can blow up in your face. All right. That's what we have for the water signs for this month coming up. Okay. And again, that would be the Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Now I'm going to pull an oracle card for each sign to kind of get a vibe of what is going on with numerology. This deck is called the Numerology Guidance Cards. It's an oracle deck, and it's actually pretty cool. All right. So Earth signs, what number do we got for you? 67, physical activity. So this month, to kind of keep your balance in play, your inner strength without kind of getting aggressive, work out, right? Get your anger out of the gym. Go on a run, go on a jog. Physical activity is in the earth, so it's in the same element. And the 6 and the 7 is a 6 energy and 7 energy, which means you have to kind of find peace and balance by observing things and not reacting to it. And that would be a 13. So by the options that you take, you'll have the growth through communication or through your creative side to bring you force stability. But you got to get physically active so you can use inner strength versus outer strength when you get into a conflict with that 10 of swords. Okay. Now for the air, we got teaching and learning 57, which makes sense for the minds, right? It's your Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. And so it's saying that for this month here, in order to really not get an argument with people, like I said, to really have that happiness that you're looking for, you got to walk away and how you teach and learn instead. So 5, rather than being contentious, teach something new to free you and free the people who are fighting with you through observation, right? And then 5 plus 7 is what? 12. It's a 12. And a 12 is a 3. Again, it's through communications how you're going to teach and learn. Okay, that's how you're going to grow and expand. So you really be careful what you say, watch what you say, and just also learn from the patterns around you, learn from what you observe through the 7, and then always have little teachable moments. And again, with the air signs, the mind, don't be egotistical. Be the fool sometimes. Walk away. Don't let things bother you. Take all your experiences with you and just let all the arguments just roll off your back. As you can see the card here, he's not even looking at the 10 of swords. He's the one who got caught up in the contention. He doesn't really care. Okay? That's what I got to say for all the air signs. Now we're going to go to the fire. And the fire, again, it would be Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And for you, you have personal growth, 7. So rather than getting caught up in people's nonsense, see the Emperor is looking at the past. He's looking at like everything he has done to know how to move forward. So it's very sharp, very shrewd. Leo, right energy, fire energy, Aries energy, Sagittarius energy. You observe everything. See, everybody has a 7 kind of thing going on this month. The 7 is very prominent. And so to really have that growth, you have to observe, use your wit, use everything that you know in order to push through and not deal with people's chaos. And then wrap this up with the water signs, which would be the Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, is a 74. 7 again. which is an 11. Intuition tapped into the divine, tapped into spirituality. How do you do that? You get out into nature. So you're dealing with other people with the Two of Cups, nature, 74. Intuition. So do things that are spiritual this month. Get out of the mundane, get out of the everyday life stuff and go to the park, go on a walk, go to the beach, go to a lake, just get out into nature, go in your front yard, go barefoot, ground a little bit, right? Get back with earth, green. Isn't that funny how that works out? So that's the advice I have for all the water signs. Ground in nature, use spirituality to connect with the Two of Cups, okay? And things are going to be okay. All right? You're not going to caught up in the other arguments or the people's drama. All right? That's what I'm seeing for you all. Now, let's go ahead and roll the dice to see a little more numbers on what it has to say. So the dice are color coded for the signs, and we have 11 for fire. Intuition. What do? Well, the emperor rules, right, through intuition, through wisdom, trust his gut. So remember that. So this month, as you're kind of like moving through things, use your intuition and trust it. Don't even deflect from that. Don't diverge. All right. And then for the air signs, we have an 8. Okay. You're just going to move with things. You're going to go with the flow. That was the flow, right? You don't really care. You're going to move forward. You're not going to argue. You're going to teach and learn. You're just going to go with things. You're just going to roll with it. That's the 8. Okay. And then for the earth signs is 4. Stability. And by having physical activity is going to ground you so you are stable, so you don't lose your mind. So you can use the strength card accordingly. You can use the inner strength versus the outer brute force to find stability. So you work out all your anger in the gym or wherever you do, swim, bike, run, whatever, walk, doesn't matter. Something, yoga, don't care, something. But that's how you're going to find your stability this month. And then again, for the water signs, it's a 4 also. You're going to find that stability out in nature through spirituality, spiritual guidance, the divine, whatever. And that's going to bring you your stability this month. Anyway, that's all I got. And if you enjoyed this quick little read, let me know. Drop it in the comments below, and I want to see my next reading. All right. Bye, everybody.